Alright, so I have here two Logitech gaming mouses that I've owned over like the past 3 years. Can you guess which of these two mouses I like the most? Well, that's a trick question because it's actually neither of them. And if you're wondering why I'm showing the box, it's because I actually lost the Pro Superlight. I have no idea where it is. If I had to guess, it's probably like somewhere deep down into the freaking bowels of the earth or something like that. I really have no idea. Yeah, it's just gone. But as for my G502X, I still use it for editing or heavy workload tasks, but I barely use it for any other reason, mainly because, and going back to that trick question that I had, I'm not using either of these two mouses. The mouse I'm currently using as my daily driver is a special one called the VXE Med R Major. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's one of those Chinese branded mouses, right? Well, you're not wrong there, but before you dismiss it, let me explain. This mouse, along with other Logitech ones, cost about the same. Maybe a little cheaper, but because it has one or two less features, but it's still a very solid, lightweight alternative. Honestly, it's a really good mouse. In fact, it's become my daily driver. I've been using it for like the past 6 months, and let me tell you, this mouse is easily one of my favorites. Let me tell you why I ended up buying this mouse instead of the others. So it wasn't just because I lost the first one, though that was kind of a bigger reason, but also because the Pro Superlight had a common issue. There would debris would get stuck inside the mouse wheel, causing it to scroll a lot. Scroll down whenever I scrolled up. It might not sound like a big deal, but it happened so frequently that it became kind of really annoying. I tried to fix it by unscrewing the mouse, but I didn't realize that would void the warranty. And then I was like, oh, screw it, I might as well just throw it away. I didn't realize that at the time, so I just ended up not using it. And now I can't find it. I didn't throw it away, but I don't know where it is. Next, I ended up trying the G502X Hero, which is actually a pretty good mouse. But coming from the Superlight, it felt like ridiculously heavy. If you ever use a lightweight mouse and then you switch over to like a heavy one, you know exactly what I mean. It's like every time you move the G502X, it feels like you're literally hurling a brick across the table, and it just feels so uncomfortable. Even though that mouse has amazing features with all like the buttons, the infinite scroll wheel, everything about that mouse is just, it feels so functional, alongside with the software. There was a lot of appeal to it, but then it's just the weight issue. Like, it's so dumb to think about it now, but it's like, it feels kind of funny how the weight, the thing that I really like, the deal breaker for me choosing one mouse or the other, is literally because of the weight. Anyways, at that point, I had to start searching for something lighter, something that felt more like the Superlight, but without any of that debris issue, whatever. Something that could have lasted me a very long time. I explored other brands like HyperX and Lenovo or whatever, but honestly, I was so tired of like these overpriced on-branded mices that didn't offer anything particularly innovative, or just really wasn't doing it for me. And then funnily enough, when I was searching for a long-lasting durable mouse, I ended up finding a Chinese branded mouse. I think one of the most notable differences is the polling rate. While most Logitech gaming mouses, I think they top out at like 1000 hertz, somewhere along that line. I think this one goes all the way up to 8K hertz, and I'm gonna show it on screen. Now you might be wondering if that's even necessary. And honestly, let me tell you, for most people, it's not. You don't need anything beyond 1000 hertz. But if you're someone who's particular about polling rates, this could be a selling point. But for me, I've left it at 2K hertz, and honestly, I could not tell you the difference between 2K and 1K. In my opinion though, the reason to buy this mouse isn't just the polling rate, it's for the value it offers. It's really budget-friendly alternative to the Pro Superlight, while being incredibly lightweight and surprisingly durable. Coming from a goddamn Chinese branded mouse, right? It also has like these other features built into the software that controls things like smoother movement and better range between the mouse and its sensor. Even though a lot of the features on that software is like a whole load of jargon, like you won't need a lot of the features, but it's nice to have, I guess. And if you're very particular on min-maxing your mouse for whatever reason, it's there as a thing, right? The only downside I've noticed is its battery consumption. Now, despite selecting the biggest battery option, I can only get around 1.5 to 2 days of use. Like, even with a 2K polling rate, it's crazy. I plan to experiment with reducing the DPI to see if it helps with battery life, but it's been such a consistent issue. The other problem that I have with the mouse is that the software, just in general, because it doesn't really allow for application specific configurations like the Logitech software does. That's a feature I miss because I like having different settings depending on what type of application that I'm using during that session. So whether it's the note taking or editing videos, I really have different configurations for each application. And it's just nice to have, but you don't really have that here with this mouse. Anyways, to summarize, I genuinely prefer this mouse over the Pro Superlight any other day of the week. If you're looking for a cheaper, more durable option and are okay with a few minor trade-offs, this mouse is definitely worth it, definitely worth considering. I've only had it for like 6 months, but I haven't had any issues so far. I've dropped it plenty of times, even on the hard marble floor, and it's held up fine, honestly. I make sure to also take care of it because I don't want it to go down the rabbit hole of buying another mouse. And overall, I really enjoy the mouse. It's a great example of how off-branded devices like Chinese branded products can offer so much more value than the already existing, the safer options, the more expensive options. And there are definitely hidden gems out there waiting to be explored, and I can definitely say that this is one of them. And that's pretty much it.